Dear spectator, I'm sorry, but this is not for you. This is only for the people who are involved in the Kunstallmend. As you keep watching this, you will probably get involved too, most likely because you feel offended. If this is of no interest for you, go consume something, like Kitten on YouTube. This documentation is part of the Kunstallmend. It is its financial report. It is not a product. You can't consume it, but you can help think. There is a satisfaction in discussing. There is a satisfaction in discussing. There is a satisfaction in disagreement. Of course we can't discuss, because film only works in one direction, at least now, at the very moment you watch it. Again, that is why it is not for you, but only for commoners. Commoners meet and discuss. Dear commoners, I try this because the problem of the product was never solved. I never agreed with the term half product. Consider this a contribution. I got involved in the Kunstallmend because I disagreed. I wanted to break the power structure, so I decided to become the finance guy. Like any other thing, money should be part of the commons. So we discussed the payments openly. It went good and civilized. I fixed a payment of 2,200 Swiss francs for my contribution, which was doing financial shit, organizing stuff, fixing the webcam, help discussing. Also, I played the guitar, I sang, and I helped eating. In December 2014, we had to close the budget to get the money from Pro Helvetia. And we didn't spend so much money, which resulted in 1,000 something plus. Nicolas and I decided that Einat and me should each get 500 more payment. I didn't argue. There was no point trying to discuss that with everyone, although it would have been correct. I didn't argue. There was no point trying to discuss that with everyone, correct, although it would have been correct. Good luck staying idealist when it comes to money. Instead of breaking it, I became part of the power structure. And my payment would show. Now don't dare telling me I ain't worth it. The power lays in the structure. The power lays in the structure. That's why the structure of the Allmend remains its main issue. In a minute, I will stop thinking the thought and start a new one. The power of the Allmend is its output. So far it has none but experience. Since the Allmend was a social experience, I feel bad trying to tell my story as if it were the story of all. It would of course be worse to completely ignore the experience as a social one and just make selfies all the time. That would be against the rules. But the person who did that had an enormous output. Looking through these pictures, I got really tired. So one could state that the group was busy discussing and the individual while the individual was bored because it was too stupid or too ignorant to be part of the group, and it expressed what individuals express. They need appreciation. Meanwhile, the people who were discussing were able to give each other appreciation. I really don't like that point, because 1, I am also an egomaniac, and 2, the art I am referring to is just weak and flat, and 3, the conversation helps the egos to be great, because we are so pleased by each other, and our clever conversation, we don't need an output. Of course, this is better than masturbation, and it made me tired too. The question is, does art disappear in a group of people if they decide to live and work together? Does art dissolute within a group of artists? Or does art made by a group turn into a structure at a certain point? Does it turn into a cult? A group needs to find a common motivation to act. Besides getting paid, we didn't find that so far. If we would spend more time together, identification would rise, of course. Then we could become a new fascist enterprise. It might be inevitable to step into this direction, but it might be inevitable to step into this direction knowing how fucked it is and doubting the step, if the goal would be to bring down capitalism. And really this must be the goal. If not, don't whine if the people in power earn more money. So let's see what you got. Annabelle, 1600. Claudia, 1200. Daniel, 2400. Daria, 2100. Einat, 3900. Ernestina, 800. Yorgos, 1200. Jasmine, 800. Joel, 3900. Kate, 800. Lena, 1307.65. Maya, 800. Mark, 800. Marian, 400. Matteo, 455. Miriam, 600. Nicholas, 4200. Patricia, 1200. Philippine, 300. Roger, 2700. Sandra, 1000. Sophie, 800. Tina, 800. That makes a total of 34,132.65 Swiss francs. This is the total amount of payments we spend, which is 62% of the total budget. And now, once again, you have listened to a white man's voice telling you how something was. I hate capitalism as much as I hate myself. It is in me. And without it, I wouldn't be what I am. Proud to be on my own and hungry for love. So the fastest way to bring down capitalism would be suicide. But we have to find some kind of joy or lust in solving such paradox riddles. Being anti-capitalist must mean to play a game with unrelenting severity. We must risk everything, because we will lose at least one part of our identity, if not the whole. Hate, hence lust for destruction, is a needed tool. But on the other side, we need a social construct that will provide love and solidarity. Short meaning. The hate of all commoners must be collected and stuffed on the tower of tools. This can only happen if there is trust and love to build something good upon. Following these ideas, I am tempted to change the Allmend rules. The preamble would be: the Transnational Arts Commons ensure the existence of its members. That would mean it is a huge socialist body inhabited by anti-capitalist capitalists. It would try to emancipate every commoner from the capitalist society. The Transnational Arts Commons helps bringing down capitalism and introduces a new social structure to every human being on planet Earth. There was no good system as far as we can spy back into humankind's history. We have to let go the picture of a perfect world. It is a picture of bourgeois idiots. We simply have to make one point. Self-realization is not happiness. We are artists and we are experts in self-realization. Every dream come true turns into a nightmare, says Zizek. But at least we must try to find a way back from individualization into aggregation. I made a mistake. I don't know how and when it happened. This is the invoice from Dampfzentrale. 36,981.45 Swiss francs. And this is what we had left on our bank account. 36,419.19 Swiss francs. This is the difference. After some tries, I could make the Dampfzentrale let go half of the amount. So Nicolas paid them 250 Swiss francs from the 500 I gave him for Einat's extra payment. I am very sorry. After all, I hope I could give some contributions to disagree upon, so the Allmend will rise again. Love, your accountant's clerk.